Welcome to the bold analysis, ladies and gentlemen, and we have an interesting analysis lined up for you today, the 12th of July. Some few days to general election, less than 30 days. There have been latest verbal exchange between Moses Wetangula, Deputy President William Ruto, and Raila Odinga. And at the center of that verbal exchange is the contentious ballot printing tender at the IBC. While there have been a narrative that Raila Odinga was plotting to boycott the elections, and that has formed a narrative. But Raila has also insisted that there is no plan to boycott election. But Deputy President William Ruto and Wetangula seems to have come out in full swing in defense of Wonan Wafula Chebukati. I don't think the contestation about the election by Raila Odinga, about the manual and electronic digital register, and the issue about the ballot printing tender was exclusively on the head of Wafula Chebukati. And while the conversation was supposed to end at whether we are going manual or digital, Moses Wetangula technically seems to have metamorphosized that contentious issue to an IBC confidence issue. And I received a WhatsApp message yesterday asking me, Kevin, a very good friend from Eldoret, what do you think? Deputy President seems to be very confident about this election, while Raila Odinga is exuding confidence, but is a very collected man. So what do you think? Is it confidence by default? Or is it a sense of entitlement that is being confused as confidence? Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this analysis. Subscribe to our channel, like our video, and also I want to ask, give us your comment about the confidence. I want us to listen to two clips. One is of Moses Wetangula and William Ruto talking about this. Then on the other end, we'll listen to Raila Odinga's response. But let's listen first to William Ruto team.
Mzee Raila, wachana na Wafula Chebukati. Wafula Chebukati ni chairman wa Electoral Commission ya Kenya, IBC. He also happens to be part of this community, and we are proud of him. Na tutamtetea, sio kwa sababu anatoka hapa, ni kwa sababu anaweza kazi yake. Sasa anatusi IBC, anasema maneno juu ya Chebukati. Sisi kama Kenya Kwanza tuna imani na IBC, tuna imani na Chebukati, na tunataka electronic register kwa kupiga kura.
Wakasema William Ruto atafika kwa debe, lakini akishinda kura ya rais hatatangazwa kwa sababu iko deep state na iko system ati wataninyang'anya kura. Mimi nataka muniangalie, nyinyi watu wa Butsoso, nyinyi mkiniona mimi ni mtu ya kunyang'anywa kura kweli?
Following this statements in the campaign tour, Moses Wetangula and William Ruto are trying to cut an image of a team that is so confident that the problem is not at IBC and the problem is Raila Odinga, and so they seems to be very comfortable that there is something they have in Chebukati. They're trying to cut that image, but I want to say that has backfired. Now, there is something I want us just to refer to this a bit. After that tender statement where Raila Odinga mentioned that there was a meeting, and I think it was by Junet, there was a meeting between Wetangula and Chebukati. Chebukati will come out and defend himself, saying that he is being sought after because he's a Bukusu, or rather because he's a Bukusu like Moses Wetangula. So that is why. And when I listened to that, I think analysts had mentioned there that that was a lame defense. That was a man that was trying to do a cover-up. If you listen to someone, if you see someone going back to his tribe and now saying, because it is my tribe, that is straightforward. That is someone now playing defense. But if a 3 tender billion was to be influenced by Wetangula, then I want to believe that there are many other players that were in it, but Wetangula got it. Do you think that Raila Odinga and President Uhuru Kenyatta do not understand the transaction that happened? And why is it that immediately after that conversation about the tender and the register, Mudavadi Gachagua and Wetangula seems to have moved to the periphery, and Wetangula is now the closest to William Ruto? It can be explained in many reasons, in many words, as Hustler Express movement campaigning on the other end. It can be explained as, I don't know whether Kingi is, I don't know whether he's still in Kenya Kwanza, as Alfred Mutua being pushed to campaign now in Ukambani. But you can see that Moses Masika Wetangula is closest to William Ruto. My good friend Patrick was telling me that the moment someone whispered that Wetangula is close to Chebukati, that's the moment they started becoming friends, because maybe to realize, oh, there is a relationship I can benefit with. Of course, that is on a light note. And there have been something aesthetic acrimony between Wetangula and Raila Odinga. And Raila has blatantly refused, or rather declined that invitation to clash with Wetangula. While many have seen this as a way of exuding confidence so that they can bring their supporters, or rather they can excite their supporters to turn up in large numbers. But it can also be seen on other way as a trap. I want us to hold there and listen to Raila Odinga.
Jamaa amezoea sana kuongea juu yangu. Masio yule mtu ya kitendawili, sijui nini, mara mingi mimi sirika yake. Mimi sirika yake. Anaongea maneno ambayo hayana maana. Ati sisi tunaogopa. Tumeona kama sisi tunakwenda kushindwa. Ni sababu sisi tumesema tunataka sasa kususia uchaguzi. Sisi kama Azimio hatujasema hata siku moja ati tutasusia uchaguzi. Nataka nijibu yeye hapa siku ya leo. Nataka nijibu yeye hapa siku ya leo. Sisi tulisema kwa IBC ati tunataka wafanye mpango kambambe kisha kwamba uchaguzi itafanyika kwa njia ya haki na ukweli. Hatutaki wizi ya kura. Hatutaki wizi ya kura tena. Nataka kura vile itapigwa hapa Narok South, ihesabiwe hapa na ihesabiwe Nairobi namna hiyo. Tumeelewana vizuri? Sisi hatuogopi Kenya kwisha.
Yes. So that is what Raila said, and you can see that Azimio team have come out to fight that narrative, because the narrative was, it changed from something like the manual and digital register to who is Chebukati supporting. And Wetangula strategically wants to tell UDA supporters that Chebukati is their friend. And so Raila is just attacking Chebukati. In the light of this, I want us to critically look at some two questions, because this is the kind of image that have been painted in the minds of voters. So I want us to debunk some two elements that we can withdraw, or rather that we can pick from this confidence issue. The public defense of the commission by Wetangula and the UDA wing has been understood to put to a context to just this. Is it a possibility that there is a secret deal between UDA and the commission? I want to say for this record, I'm not an expert on matters election. But whether there is a scheme that can be hatched between those political players, it cannot be a single man affair. It must be a multi-agency. It must include different sectors. I want to say here, IBC or rather Wafula Chebukati do not work in isolation. He cannot, a decision that they can make must be made as a commission. And I don't want to, and this is not to mean that all of them cannot be manipulated. However, anything outside anniversary towers, if there is any other transaction or any other activity that must happen outside anniversary towers, it will involve security agencies. And I can say that because of that multi-agency approach to election, even if there is a malpractice, you cannot do a malpractice in isolation. It must be involving many other partners. And that is why I see that with the intelligence being on the president's side, the security apparatus at play, and the vigilance, I don't see any other thing that can be done, any other fishy business that can be done on that. And that is one of the reasons why I want to dispute that. And I want to say my point number 2 is this. If Chebukati is to work on a good deal to support Deputy President William Ruto, what do you think would have happened? That will be kept secret. Even if I am supporting you, there is no way we can come out public and say, now, well, you are a good person. In fact, it will be the reverse psychology, where they will come out and say the commission is bad and this is, they will then hit the commission. Then when you hit the commission, you hit your enemy, then you confuse the competitor. It can't be that much straight and open that, okay, there is this deal and that's why I'm supporting you. I think that is a little bit too shallow. But I also see something, that the closeness and the public confidence that is now being laid on, rather public defense, I don't say confidence. It's not confidence, just public defense. The public defense is a trap by Deputy President, by Azimio team, because maybe Raila team might have realized that the UDA wing are so much, they pick everything and they find a way of just making a defense. As in, they will always oppose what Raila says. So Raila knew when I say the commission is bad, they will say the commission is good. So where does this put any dispute? In any case, Raila win. And they want to go to court. They want to litigate against the commission. Where does that put the public confidence of that litigation? Because you've already said the commission is good. On the other hand, this now you have a reality. You've lost an election. You want to go to litigation. You are heading to court. How do you win it in the public court? And that's why my punchline would be that will be a trap. And before Ruto knows, the people around him, in the name of Wetangula, might be agents of the competitor. Blocking any means between Chebukati and maybe blocking any means between Ruto, just try to manage transition. So that in any case, anything, any decision that is being made, Wetangula can leak to the other person. And I have strong conviction that I don't think the way Mudavadi and Gachagua has been pushed out, it's just strategic. I think something deep is happening. And there are serious cracks. Serious cracks is what can explain, and I don't know what can explain why Rigathi Gachagua is not in the campaign trail. Confirm, if you're close to these people, whether there is a problem. He's not in the campaign trail. And this is 28 days to the election, where even if you look at Raila Odinga has synchronized the campaign teams. Joho, who was at the coast, has now joined. Sabina Chege, who was traversing central Kenya for some parts, has now came in the fold. So even Gideon Moi, Nick Salat has now joined. The teams have been synchronized because there must now be the best foot forward. This is the best time to put the best foot forward But we'll see William Ruto going to Turkana and Dadaab camp, being in the same car with Wetangula. William Ruto going to Western with Wetangula and Mudavadi, and together Gachagua is not out going with the Hustler Express. The Hustler Express is going through Mount Kenya without together Gachagua. There is a serious problem. And why do you think Mudavadi has dropped the public protest about allegedly the port scandal? Ladies and gentlemen, that is my bold on public confidence. What do you think? Do you think it's false confidence, giving a trap, or it's a strategy to excite, or rather to excite the voters? That's for tonight.